we've got our own ACA volunteer on the line. That's Justin, and you're calling to announce a project with the YouTube archives. Is that correct?
Yes.
So go ahead.
Okay. Hey, this is kind of just a public service announcement for a special project that I've been working on for a little while. So it's basically in the YouTube descriptions from now on, we have the caller names of all the callers, what time in the video, like throughout of the whole episode. So if you take, for instance, if you took the first call at 5 minutes into the episode, it'll say 5 minutes, and it'll say that person's name, where they're from, and what the topic that they called in to talk about is.
That's really helpful.
Yeah.
So how big of a project was that? That sounds really daunting. I would not want to be the person in charge of timestamp. Is this going forward? This is an archive, right?
What? Sorry?
This affected the archive as well, not just the shows going forward. Is that right?
Yeah, well, originally, so this was a project, kind of a passion project of mine, because I started watching your show back in 2012, and like most people do, I kind of binge-watched a bunch of older episodes once I found out how cool the show was. And as I was watching through the episodes, I found myself going, being at times just being like, I wonder how long this call is going to be. Is this like a 30-minute call or a 5-minute call? Or like, what are the topics that they're going to talk about today? And I said, man, I wish somebody had I wish there was a way that people just could take notes of all the callers and how long their calls are. And so several years later, I just decided, hey, why don't I just do it? So,
if not me, who, right? If not now. So,
but I do want to give special thanks to Mark Vanderbrick, and Doug Dean, who once I got in contact with them, they very graciously sent me a lot of information that they already had for the past few years. But I did go back. Originally, I said, let me just do the whole show. I'll do all 20 years. And then after I did about 1 year, I realized how big of a project that was.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
And then I said, okay, so we're going to cut that down and not do the whole thing. But I did go back 4 years worth of the show.
Wow.
So I decided basically to go back to the first episode that you guys did on your own from the Free Thought Library.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a good place to start. So basically, this is just kind of a public service announcement to everybody. If for any of those episodes, starting with that episode from the Free Thought Library all the way until now, and continuing, hopefully, as I continue to do it in the future. If you look in the YouTube description for any of the past episodes for the last 4 years, you'll see exactly when each call starts, the caller's name, their location info, and what they called to talk about.
I just can't believe you did that. I mean, it's so amazing, but so huge. And it just blows my mind that someone did it, but I'm sure that all over the place, people that watch the show are thanking you, because that's like one of our signature letters that we get is,
right.
Can you remember that call where somebody wanted to talk about sleep paralysis, and I think you hosted, and you're going, yeah, no. Right, no. So
exactly. Now they can find it a little bit easier.
Phenomenal.
I mean, they still have to go through each episode and look at the descriptions, but it'll be there.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. That's amazing.
An enormous undertaking.
Well, thank you very much, Justin, and thanks for announcing it. And so if people have questions, can they maybe post to the blog? Could you maybe monitor the blog for a couple days and just see if anybody has questions about it? Or?
Sure. Well, also, if anybody happens to have any questions about it, they can always email the show, because I'm one of the volunteers who does emails. So
even more perfect.
Okay, so you'll see
That's great. So if you're checking out the new archive thing and you have questions, comments, you want to just say, Justin's awesome for doing this, you know where to email. Just send it to the show email address, and Justin will get that. I would maybe put, hey, Justin, regarding,
Yeah. And since we have Justin on the line, I want to thank you, too, for the work you're doing in responding to the emails, because we get hundreds and hundreds of emails, as you might imagine, and a lot of people just went unanswered. We just, I try to at least skim the emails, but there's so many that we can't hope to respond to them all. Well, Justin and a team of other people have have been responding as well as they can to all of them. So you'll at least get some response back that your email was received and some information, general information, and we really appreciate that. We don't want anyone kind of just left hanging like that. So,
and honestly, unless it specifically concerns something that a host has said, I think that it's very fair for people working on the show to go ahead and respond. I mean, we're all atheists. We're all ACA volunteers. We all work here. We all understand the topics. And so please, I hope nobody feels bad if they don't hear back from, like, a host, because really it should, any of these people are fantastic, hardworking, dedicated, knowledgeable people. And I hope that everybody understands that. So once again, we're going to say thanks to Justin. And then I guess we're going to start proceeding with the show.
Okay.
Thank you, Justin.
Thanks a lot. Have a great show, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.